You are listening to Revealing Real Estate Podcast, where we dive into getting over your fear of taking risk in real estate and making money while you sleep. I'm Nico Pedizano, your host and real estate guru with over 20 years of experience. It's time to get real. All right. You know, we're going to have a wonderful guest on today's show, and we're excited to bring you something that people may think is unconventional, where I bring in another team leader from to come on our podcast. But this is to show as well an example of working together with colleagues and not against each other within the business itself. And I think we need a little bit more of this within our industry. And I want to talk about somebody today and welcome somebody to the show. This gentleman has about 15 years of experience in the business. I think he was licensed about 2008. He's a licensed real estate agent. He's the founder of House Group, which is a premium real estate team in the GTA. And he helps agents reach new levels in their business. He is also the founder of House Academy, In-House Media, and House Platinum. Please welcome to the show, Raymond Howell. Raymond, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Nick.
No problem. Listen, I love having conversations with other team leaders, right? Because, you know, I've been running my own team since 2004. Right. Right now, currently, we have 15 agents. You know, we've seen our struggles, our ups and downs, our hustle within the game. There's a lot of things that people don't see from our perspective to get to where we are today. I want to talk a lot about that today, right? I want to talk about the mindset, you know, how you started within your business.
Absolutely.
So if you don't mind sharing a little bit of your story, what made you start your own team, and when did you start your own team?
Okay. So I started my team in 2016, okay, to backtrack my real estate journey. I don't mind. I started 15 years ago, got licensed 2008 at the financial crisis. And I started really because I had no choice. I was in university, and, you know, not to get all sappy, but unfortunately, because my dad passed away.
Sorry, my condolences.
He passed away from cancer, and, you know, he left a lot of debt for me and my brother. You know, great guy. He ran a Chinese restaurant, great, but he's not a business owner in a sense. He's not business savvy. You know, he came from China, immigrated here, great guy, hardworking guy, but, you know, he just made a lot of bad business decisions, you know, refinanced the house and all that. So, you know, I was just a young guy in the university, and my brother, the two male in the house, like we had three sisters and had to take care of my mom. You know, it was an uphill battle for me. It was an uphill climb because I had to pay the tuition myself. And so I knew a 9-to-5 job, there was no way to pay all this debt, right? So I had to go into real estate to earn as much money as possible to try to pay down that debt so I can finally really, you know, move on with my life, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
nice.
So in university, I got licensed. Right away, I joined Remax Realtron, home of the top producer.
Yeah.
And thinking that they would teach me to become a top producer.
The biggest misconception out there in the industry today.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah. So, you know, when I went in there, you know, the environment was terrible, right? It's a dog-eat-dog world. You know, I asked for help to put in an offer, like write up an offer. Nobody want to help, and, you know, very egotistic. And at the end of the day, like, what I realized was they only really take care or focus on the producers already, not really the new guy. So it was an easy transition for me because after a year, I know this is not the right place for me. I went to Home Life, which is really one floor below where they were, and, you know, things really decided to kick off in my career. The next few years, I was like a 90K, 6-figure producer. Finally paid down all my dad's debt after a few years, and really start investing in real estate and really starting building my business. And things got busy on my end. My brother was a mortgage broker. So I was like, you know what, you need to jump ship to here because I need the help, right?
Right.
So that's when William and I started our own team, right? The house team. At that time it was called. And, you know, we wanted to focus on just listings because we know that, you know, the listings really is the bread and butter in the real estate.
There's a saying, you list, you last.
Exactly,
Yep.
right? So we're tired of the runaround. We really want like a systemized and a real business, okay? Like a real premium business. So that's when, you know, we started the house team and things really kicked off. It was a great market. And however, I still realized that, you know, we don't really have a good system in place, right? So we learned from the best. We had coaches, right? And then we realized that, we got to have a premium brand. So that's when I created like a media team as well, like an in-house media team.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I also realized that the culture is also very important in a team. So in order to have agents join our team and also retain them, the culture is extremely important.
Right.
So
100%.
yeah, and that's when I decided to also rebrand the team to House Real Estate, because I don't want it to be called like the house team, because in the sense that like a lot of people associate the house team as like William and Raymond's team.
Right.
So that's why, just kind of like you, right? The op team, right? Which
Yes.
is it's perfect, right?
Yeah.
So that's why, because I want to focus on growing my agent's business, and I don't want to always associate that, oh, it's Raymond's team.
Yeah, because it's collectively a group effort. It's a team effort. Everybody involved is a contributor to the team, including myself. And sometimes we've had agents on board where they think they're bigger than the team.
Yeah.
And when you start thinking that you're bigger than the team, that's when things don't really utilize with what you're trying to build or the culture that you're trying to create within the team, right?
Yeah.
I've gone through a lot of years and learned quite a bit as a team leader. I've grown, kind of understand what I want and the relationships and the representation of the team that we are currently looking for. And sometimes you're going to find the right people that are the wrong fit. And through the qualifications and interviewing, I'm getting a lot better at trying to figure out who is going to be good for our environment, because not everybody is going to feel that way. What are some of the mistakes that you felt when you were started out growing your team that you feel today you've learned so much from?
Nick, basically, I ate a lot of shit. That's the biggest way to say it. Right?
Right? Analyze it that way too.
Yeah, I had to make it's trial and error. So that's why I want to make sure that my agents don't make the same mistake as me. And before I want to backtrack. Before I started my team, I actually was in a team for 2 years. Okay, in home life. I forgot to mention that. So.
And sorry, I don't want to cut you out right now. So you were with one Remax company. You went to Home Life, and then you went to Remax XL, and now you're currently with Remax XL.
Correct.
Got it.
Correct. So backtrack at Home Life. I joined a team, and the leader was great. I learned a lot of great stuff from the leader on like negotiation skills, sales skills, how to pick up clients, and marketing. However, what's more important is what I learned, what he did not do well, right? And that's where I got my understanding of like, culture is very important. The environment, the culture that we're given, and also the training and the systemization, right? He wasn't that organized as well. Like, he does a lot of deals, right? Which I picked up a lot of sales skills, but really to run an organization, it needs to be systemized, it needs to be protocols, and it needs to have a good culture. So that's when I knew that I was ready to start a team. And that's when I knew that Home Life wasn't really the right fit. I feel like the Remax name, right? The national name will help with the listings, right?
100%, because I think people look at it as a very big brand. It is the largest brand in the entire world today. In our industry. I do think that it does help qualify you to get more listings because of that. Where we do have and bring in international buyers quite often, where we have a big networking, where we're doing this type of communication amongst agents, right? If I have a listing that's coming out on the market and you have a buyer that's going to be looking in the Vaughan or Woodbridge area, you're going to give me a call. Vice versa, I'm giving you a call where you have a client in the market, right? And that's where we collaborate together and start working together. And there's a lot of that goes on within the Remax community or our ecosystem and our network, right? Which is great. I hear you talk a lot about, there's two different types of agents in our industry.
Oh, yeah.
We talk about the broke agent, and then we got the premium brand agent.
That's it.
Right?
Yep.
Can you explain a little bit about that and what you mean by it?
Okay, so I got the name, like the broke agent, because at the end of the day, Nick, there's two type of agents in our industry. That's how I like to classify it. And I got the name, the broke agent, from the famous Instagram account, The Broke Agent. You probably follow it.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Yeah, I think it has 500,000 followers now, or 400, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it's a really funny account. It's basically making fun of our industry, making fun of the agents. And it's created by agents, right? It's good and nice laughs, and it's very satire, right? Yeah. So that's where I got it from. But what I mean by broke agent doesn't necessarily mean that you don't do any deals or you're a new agent. You can be like a broke agent by just maybe you're a producer, $1 million producer, sell a lot of houses. But if you're still running around, doing the runaround and no system in place, and lowering your fees to get listings, right? You don't show your brand, no marketing, right?
No value.
No collab, like basically what we're doing right now. Egotistic, the wrong attitude. and you don't have a lifestyle friendly business. That's what I
Correct.
consider as a broke agent.
Correct. And we run a lot. I see a lot of it in our industry,
Yes.
and which is the unfortunate part, right? Where, there's a lot of glitz and glamour, or a lot of fake it till you make it type of realtor, right? And there's a lot of really good realtors that you can work with and you can collaborate.
Oh, yeah.
And I always feel like this. I'm like, and sometimes I'm negotiating a deal with a realtor, and it's like they're so confrontational, or their guard is up, where they're very standoffish with you. And I'm like, hey, listen, we should be on the same side here.
Exactly.
We need to work together. We're colleagues here. And I'm the type of guy, I've always been that way, where I want to work with you, not against you, right? And you got so many agents out there that want to work against you. And I'm like, why are we doing this?
They're called co-op agent for a reason.
Yeah.
Supposed to be cooperating with one another.
Exactly.
Right? So,
Exactly.
no, I agree, Nick. The ego is the biggest obstacle right now in our industry, right? I find it. And that's what I mean by like premium. Like, our profession should be known as the most noble profession. I don't see why it's not classified in similar level as a doctor, as a lawyer, right? When you're handling the biggest transaction of someone's life, right? It's a noble profession. So, and I can't blame the public eye as well
Of how they see,
how they
perceive
see
the
us.
realtor, 100%.
You know what I mean, right? Because
Right.
the agents that, they go, when you see the walkthrough of the listing, right? The first 30 seconds they're doing is just showing off their G-Wagon and their golden watch.
Yeah.
and the Gucci belt, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Next time they come
Yeah.
out the car and they talk about, welcome to my newest listing. Let's go check it out. What kind of walkthrough is that? You just simply just said one line and just
Where you made it about yourself and not about the house.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like, premium, it's about really showing your value, right? What's your UVP? What's your unique value prop, right? And how can you help really represent a client's best interests?
I agree with you cold-heartedly. Every time I try to represent my brand, it was making sure that it was about the client first. It's representing who we are as individuals, as realtors, to make sure that we are doing what's ethical, providing our fiduciary duties to our clients, so that we can put them in a position that's gonna help not just their generation, but generations to come after them. Because our model is to make sure that we help build their real estate wealth, educate them on how to continue to leverage and build their success within real estate. These are the examples of what we, from our team, what we talk about with our agents is, hey, it's not just about that one deal and then let's move on. How do we create longevity with a client? How do we become their family real estate agent for life? And that's helping them, their kids, their colleagues, based on a referral system. That's what I truly believed on.
Yeah.
And that's what really created my success in my team is all of making sure that we have a little bit more relationship with the client. And that's what it's about for us.
And that's what I respect your brand. Clearly, your brand, the Op Team, can show that you have value, you represent the client's best interests, and that's what I say to and preach in our team as well, right? Like, I truly believe that there's premium agents out there. Majority of us are premium agents, but yeah, there's a lot of bad actors out there. And with the
Right.
reversal, what you said about how doing a deal with an agent and they're not cooperating for some reason, and they have like a wall basically. There's some agents out there, when I do deals with them, I'm like, man, wow, you're fantastic. You're professional. You're responsive,
Yeah.
right? You're extremely
Pleasant to deal with.
Pleasant to deal with.
Yeah.
But when you search them on Google, they have no online presence. They have no offline presence. I'm like, you don't have a premium brand. Like, your brand does not justify what you are.
Right.
That's what I wake up early for, and that's really I think my passion is. I really want to improve the industry. Is like, I think there's a lot of agents out there that just don't know how to portray their brand, or they don't know they have a premium brand yet.
Correct.
They don't know the premium.
Correct.
And
Exactly.
some agents just really want to help clients and just really want to do a good job.
And we see it a lot in the marketing side of things.
Yeah.
The old school type of marketing, to me, I feel like, and sometimes this could be a controversial topic where, especially, you got different systems out there that they offer, I'll buy your house for cash. You sell with me, I'll buy your house for cash, right? That's not the image I'm trying to portray. Or, hey, I'll sell your house for 1%. Well, what are you
Guaranteed
getting
sold.
for 1%? Or guaranteed sold system, things like that. Or, hey, sell your house with me, I'll get you a trip to Florida. For me, it's not about that. For me, it's about making sure that what are we going to give you that's extra value?
Exactly.
How much, what are we going to be able to do that's going to be different from, yes, our competition, but not in a gimmick type of way, right?
Exactly.
Because the public is very knowledgeable. Consumers today have everything with it. So, why are we trying to, put a fast one just to get inside the door? You know what I mean? And I think that's just what's a little bit different and what's unique about our brands. And that's why we together collectively wanted to have this conversation.
It's an abundance mindset, right? It's abundance mindset. So why not share the wealth, right? We live in an age right now where everything is on demand, right? Like
correct, instant.
ChatGPT, right? Like what I'm saying? Everything is on demand right now. Like
exactly.
why not share the wealth? I don't get it.
Yeah.
So that's what I see in this industry where I really want to bring the noble and back into the profession, right? Because right now, we have a bad image in a sense, because you can't blame that because they just right now they're like
social media has amplified that so drastically right now that it does create a bad, like you don't see a lot of lawyers bouncing around in fancy cars, and doing all this stuff. Unless you're an injury lawyer, I think.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but, it's just, you're right. And having these conversations are important to understand it. But I'm gonna spin this on us right now because I want to go back into, as team leaders, we have different systems. We have different styles of doing business. And I'm sure there's a lot of similarities to how we perform as team leaders with our team.
Enjoying this episode? Subscribe to our channel and leave us a comment down below to let us know what you want to learn next. Make sure you're following our Instagram and TikTok to stay up to date on our new episodes every Friday.
I've gone through a lot of trial and error. And I also, for me as a team leader, we look at motivations, right? Getting our agents out there and motivating them to guide them in the right way to go out there and be professional real estate agents, but teach them as well to how to build a good book of business. Our job is to help them through the difficult task when it comes to negotiations, and how to, and we also look towards trying to provide them leads. That's our job as well. And a lot of things I think about is how can I continue to scale my business to grow it so that I can help my agents become very successful. And we're all in it, not the main reason, but for one of the main reasons is because of money. And we want to make sure that we fill up their glass as much as we can. So I started with online leads, and I didn't start with online leads. So I started implementing online leads within my business, right? So I was dealing with a coach. We hired an ISA, in-sales associate. We started paying Google to generate these leads. And I think this is an important topic to share with somebody who wants to become a team. I spent a lot of money towards that aspect of my business. But I found the leads garbage. They were shit. It was a lot of work. And I wanted to know, do you deal with online leads within your structure, within your systems of your business?
We do online leads because we do a lot of online presence when it comes to the videos and how we do our marketing for our listings. But do I only focus on that? No. So a good chunk is still the traditional route, right? The flyers, the door knocking, the open houses,
right?
And obviously the word of mouth past clients.
Right.
But I would say like a 20% in our team, our business, are online leads.
Yeah, but online leads, I'm not saying paid online leads, right? So Google paid leads, right? So your SEO. So you pay Google right now to generate leads to come into your your CRM?
We do.
You do.
We don't do it in the form of exactly Google ads, but we do it by promoting, sponsoring our social media ads on Facebook,
I do that as well.
Instagram, and YouTube. That's what I mean. But I don't do...
Yeah, so that's fine. Yeah, I do that too. So I do the paid ads where I'm sponsoring, my a house.
It's just branding presence, right?
Branding presence, for sure.
Providing more exposure for your listings, and then obviously you get buyers for those listings.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Exactly. And yes, I do a lot of that. I'm saying the pay-per-click ones.
No, I don't do that.
You don't do that. Yeah. So, and I've tried that, and I've been working on that, for some time.
I tried that as well. I didn't find much
I didn't
success
like
in
it. I didn't enjoy it because I found that the leads that were within that were just so new.
Yeah.
So that if somebody was going online, it's like you're really at the very beginning. You're just looking for some information right now.
Exactly.
And it took you 12 months, 16 months before you actually converted that lead.
Yeah.
And some may say, hey, Nick, you're wrong. We do this within our team. And we're so successful at it. We make, 40%, 50% of our business comes through that type. I spent so much money at it. I threw away. If somebody's listening to this and you want to start your own team, I think it has to start with just building a brand.
Exactly.
And that's where you're going to build the strongest foundation within the team. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree. Actually, I do pay-per-clicks, but in my pre-construction division. So I have two divisions. Like resale, I don't do it. I did it for resale, but I didn't find it effective because at the end of the day, the whole buying journey, selling journey in resale is a lot longer. Where in pre-construction, we found it effective because it's all about access, right? If you have access to that development and you get those leads, I do have an ISA just for pre-construction in a house platinum division. So I am a platinum agent with different developers, and that I found successful for the pay-per-click. But the resale, no, it didn't work out for us.
Yeah. So majority is yours about just marketing and branding yourself, making sure that there's brand awareness within a community. And that's kind of how you generate majority of your business. Because I believe in listings as well. As a real estate agent, my focus was that anytime I was going to prospect, it was listings, because listings will generate so much other business that comes from a listing, right? Having your for sale sign to match your billboard, to match your social media, marketing is a puzzle. Everything comes together. It's not just one thing that works, because people ask me all the time, Nick, what works for you? It's not one thing. It's a little bit of everything. Correct.
Yes. One of our core value in our team is maximum exposure. We don't leave any stone unturned. So what I mean by that is when I get a listing, I'm going to do a 10-minute in-depth walkthrough. It's called Signature House Tour. And then we promote it on YouTube channel, and then we boost it. So if you're looking for a house in Markham in Angus Glen, automatically it's going to show up in your feed because you've been searching for that. You know the whole AI algorithm, right? So that's on the digital front. Obviously the social media and the reels, but we also very strong in the traditional marketing, right? We don't do bus signs because that's just more branding of yourself. But to really provide maximum exposure for your listings, for your sellers, we also do the flyers, door knocking, invite them to our open house events.
Yes.
Right? And then that's what I mean by maximum exposure. Our sellers love us because they know that
you're creating value.
We did everything we can. We left no stone unturned. We did everything we can. More exposure means more offers. More offers mean more money in your pocket.
Correct.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah, 100%. And I sent that text to one of my clients this morning because we have a house that we just listed on the market and we're holding back offer presentations. And she's like, hey, Nick, she goes, what's your opinion on taking a bully offer? Realistically, the decision is up to you at that point in time. We discussed this before, but I'm like, it's a short offer date, right? We're only doing it, instead of doing like a 7-day, we're only doing like a 4-day window gap. We're going to run an open house this weekend. I think in 2 days that we've been on the market, we've probably had over 50 showings already. And I said, why limit yourself?
Exactly.
Right? Let's just wait till the offer date, right? Because the offer date's on Monday. Yeah. And I said, the more people we get inside your home, the more traffic we generate for you, means the more offers that we're going to receive. The more offers received means more money in your hands. Money. So, I think the formula is just out there. It's there's no secret to it. Let's just ride out the storm. Why rush it? Unless you're getting
No, I'm just about to say we're more of a premium brand, right? Premium team. We're willing to invest
our time
and invest money in our listings.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
So, any agent can, talk a big game and all they do is just put a sign on the lawn. But if you're not really actually providing value and putting the effort in marketing, people can see that. So that's the difference, right? Where I think that's how you can generate your business and why your business scale is that people find you because they can see how much you put in it.
Correct.
Instead of just saying you got to do it.
100%, exactly. If somebody wanted to start their own team, right? There's a lot of inspiring Nicks. Like, and I always say this all the time. When I was doing really well and becoming very successful, I already knew that, hey, there's going to be another guy who's younger than me, who's probably now got a lot more energy than I have for sure, maybe a little bit more patience, right? I got, so everybody goes within different phases because you should have seen the younger Nick. I definitely had a lot more energy. I was knocking on a lot more doors back then and making a lot more calls. If somebody wanted to inspire to be a Raymond, right? A Raymond Howe who wanted to become and start their own team.
Okay.
What kind of advice would you give that guy?
Drop your ego. Drop your ego. That's most important. And collab. We're in the age, what I just said before, in the age of abundance. There's wealth everywhere. Like don't have a mindset that's like competition. Like what we're doing right now, even though you're a team and I'm a team leader, collab, because that's how you build your network. And at the same time, like if you're, it doesn't matter if you're starting a team or starting out agent, okay? If there's no excuses that you have no listings at the end of the day. There's
Correct.
100,000 listings on the market right now
100%.
that you could be promoting.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Doesn't matter. You can't just be focusing on buyers. You need to always be promoting listings, right? That's how you're productive, and that's how you generate more business, and that's how you can generate more content, and that's how you get more exposure for yourself and more credibility.
Correct.
Yeah. So there's no excuses. So drop your ego. Don't be like, oh, I need to wait until I get my uncle's listing, and you have one listing per year. Like, you're not gonna move the needle.
No,
that
you're
way.
not. Right? If taking on that listing, knowing how to generate more business just from that one listing is what's going to be essential. Doing things effectively. And that's what we teach, right? That's what we mentor to our agents. But at the end of the day, it's like, if I'm coaching an NHL hockey team and I'm going to give you the plan and the systems that you need to go and perform on the ice, and you don't go out there and do the things I teach you to do, well, and we don't win the hockey game for it, well, we didn't win the hockey game because it's not because my systems don't work. It's because you're not out there implementing what I'm trying to teach you.
Exactly. And that's what I mean by drop your ego. There's no excuses. Go do open houses for other agents in your office. Just because you have no listings, then go get business.
But it's funny. It was one agent says, "Oh, but that's old school way of doing business." Well, okay, what's new school? Tell me, because I just want to know the difference, because I truly believe that there's no fix in the system. What works, right?
Nick, what we've been doing on our team, right, is to do house tours. Right? What I mean by house tour is do walkthroughs. Like, obviously, we're going to do walkthrough of our own listings. But Nick, if you have a listing in Vaughan, a beautiful listing in Nobleton, and I ask you, can I do a 30-second reel walkthrough of your listing? I'm pretty sure you're going to say yes.
Why not?
Why not? It's more exposure.
If you could bring a buyer to the table, and this is one way of doing it through your COI, your center of influence, go ahead.
That's what I find is the new age of open house, is utilize your phone, man. Like, I'm holding, for the people that can't see, I'm holding a phone. This is the best device in the world. That you're living in a world that this device can do everything. It can film you. It's basically your video recorder, your TV, and your voice recorder.
Yeah.
Basically what we're doing now, podcasts.
Correct.
Doesn't matter if it's audio, social media, or video. Like, you have no excuses. Your phone can do everything. So that's what I mean. Like, go do house tours. So I believe it or not, like, even last year when the market slowed down, like, I used to have one listing per week. And I'll do 1 or 2 open house per week for my own listings.
Right.
But when the market slowed down, I didn't let it stop me. I said that I went to the agents in our office, other top agents, and asked them, hey, I see you have a listing in Markham. Can me and my team do an open house for you? Why not? Drop your ego. Just do it, because it's more exposure.
Yeah. And you're helping out somebody too as well. The biggest passion I got is helping somebody succeed, right? And watching them succeed. But at the end of the day, I tell people all the time, 80% of this is showing up.
Exactly.
Show up and do the work, and do the right things every day within your business, and you'll start seeing that things will start to happen. It's just the way the universe works. If the universe sees you working and trying to go out there and generate the business, and your mindset is saying, hey, today I'm going to wake up and something awesome is going to happen today, and you run your affirmations, and I believe in those things, because I have my lifestyle. When I wake up in the morning, I got my routines, right? And I listen to my podcast or something that's educational, or read my book, something that's going to allow me to learn something new every single day, something that's going to help me through and take on the day is very essential for me. And I think people don't invest enough time within themselves to do that. And to say that you're out there and you're not, like, I have agents that were on my team that didn't produce any deals, and they were with me for somewhat 2 years. And the expectation is this, and I don't know if you get this, and I like, and from being in business and a team leader now for about 15 years myself, people have this misconception of teams or team leaders.
Correct.
Where they come inside and feel like, hey, your job is to provide me leads, right? But I just want them on a silver platter, but don't want to go and do the work to go out there and find that. It's not how it works. And I want to just clean up that misperception.
Yeah.
Right? Have you gone through that as well within your team structure or your team agents, where they just felt like, hey, your job is to provide me leads. I don't need to go out there and prospect and do the work that I need to do to generate my own business.
I would say I have a pretty rigorous, I won't call it interview process, because at the end of the day, they're interviewing you, I'm interviewing them. Right? It's more like a discovery meeting, and I probably meet 3 times before we decide that we're going to go ahead, because I make it very clear and manage the expectations that, yes, we do provide leads, but leads are leads. I ask them, what do you consider leads are, right? So based on their answer, I already kind of know what their mindset is. But at the end of the day, leads is someone that put their hand up that's interested or looking to buy or sell in the near future. How you close them and convert them to a client is up to you.
Correct.
That's a lead.
That's a lead.
That's a lead. So we're here. We could give you the leads, right? But it's up to you on how to convert it. And yes, we have the training. We have the training. And in our system, like after, we gotta track it and manage the leads and the sales. And after a month, we see that it's not really coming to fruition. We sit down and ask, like, hey, is there something wrong? Is it maybe the scripts or maybe whatever? So we say, okay, we pause the leads. You go back to training, right? You go back to training because that's at the end of the day. I don't think it's either you don't know how to close them or you just need more training, right?
100%. I agree.
Yeah.
But then to get the training on board is a whole nother conversation. We can be here for a little bit on that one there alone. But again, yes, it's either you're good. You got to be able to convert. Conversion is everything, right? If somebody's going to call me and want information on one of my listings, and they're not working with a real estate agent, and that's what really drove me is that I was really good at building a relationship really fast with somebody where through a phone conversation or in person, I'm going to make you like me and trust me instantly because that's who I truly am as a person. Yes. One, but secondly, I want to work with somebody that I really like and trust. Yes. And that's why I have that energy with somebody to say, hey, well, this is the right guy because number one, he's going to try to put me in a position that, he's going to make sure that I'm protected. And he's going to try to find me the right product, or he's going to go out there and make sure that he gets me the next home for my family to move into. And I like the guy. I want to work with the guy. I only do business majority of the time with people that I like, right? And people that I trust. So, that's what I try to portray to my agents.
I love that, Nick, and that's what I mean by building yourself a premium brand. It's not just to look fancy and designer clothes. It's that at the end of the day, you're building a lifestyle-friendly business, okay, that attracts high-quality clients that's relatable, that you both enjoy working together, right? You get that all the time. Like, you give them leads and then maybe they get a deal, but were they really that happy? Maybe they got burnt out, right? But if you built a brand that you're proud of and that can relate to you, and how you do that is social media. Everybody nowadays on social media, every agent, they do the same thing. It looks the same, right? It looks the same. They call themselves number one. They sold the most houses. Or they're crossing their arms or whatever.
I'm the number one guy. You're not the number one guy. Guys,
but
that's the ego getting involved, though.
So social media is a very good platform to talk about your lifestyle and how can you provide value to your clients. Be relatable, right? So I was asking one of my team members because that's one of the reasons why he want to join the house is because they see our marketing is very good. So I asked them to grow your business, right? What kind of brand, what kind of business do you want? So I just want to work with clients that I want to work with. So I'm like, okay, great. I'm like, what's your passion? He's like, what would you like to do? Like, what's your hobby? And he's like, I like to golf. I'm like, great. Go to the golf course, record yourself on social media that you're in, on the driving range or taking pictures of golfing. And then when you take a break from the driving range, start recording yourself and talk about real estate.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, like, if you only talk about real estate in the social media, it gets very boring.
Yes.
It gets very boring. It's not relatable. Right? Yeah. So I don't know what do you like? Maybe you're a foodie or maybe you're like
I love golf.
Right?
I'm a golfer, man, too.
Exactly.
Big golfer fan.
So talk about golf while real estate.
Yeah.
Then you gotta attract golfers. So wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. Talk about your hobbies, what you enjoy doing, right? What else you got? Because a lot of my life is all surrounded by real estate for sure. And I work with my wife, so there's a lot of real estate talk in my house. But sometimes you need that separation and show people that you got that separation. You have hobbies. What your interests are. People will want to be informed on that too as well, right? And whether you like cars or
like cooking or maybe you like sports. Yeah. So put that in your social media. Like your social media should be like 60% your lifestyle and 40% real estate. If you only talk about real estate, people gets boring. They don't want to follow you.
Yeah. Listen, I was at the forefront of when social media came out to play and Instagram just started.
Yeah.
And the evolution of it and now the amount of work. But I wish podcasts were around back then too when we started. Because how old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 36.
36. Okay, so I'm 47. So I got 10 years on you. So you got such a bright future, man.
Nick, it's just a number.
No,
bro.
For sure. I feel 36. I tell you that much.
There you go. As long as you're young and hard, man.
Yeah. No. I got plenty more to go and a lot more to give too, as well, for sure.
Perfect.
This is great because I truly feel our industry, when I first started 20 years ago, back in 2004, there was a lot more collaboration within realtors. And I think a little bit of our industry has lost that. And realtors really need to understand that we are not against each other. We should be working together with each other.
100% agree.
Right. And showing this type of collaboration is awesome, because I know that having this relationship is going to bring so much more opportunities, not just for myself and my team, but for yourself and for your team, right? Mm-hmm. And one way about that is like even pre-construction. You have your platinum allocations that you get with your developers.
Exactly.
I have mine.
Yeah.
Right. We have a presentation that's going on next Thursday. I'll say to you, hey, Raymond, we got this project on it. Let's collaborate on it. Let's work together on it. Bring your clients in. Let's work together. I'll bring my clients in. Let's see if we can try to sell some for these developers, right? That's called collaboration.
Network is your net worth, people.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and that's a really good way to end this off right now, is your network is your net worth. And that is, a very true saying.
Exactly.
So Raymond, listen, I just want to say thank you for coming on the show. It was a pleasure having you.
Thanks for having me.
This was awesome. Let's do it again.
For sure.
All right. Thanks, man.
Anytime.
Looking to buy or sell? Call a team you can trust. Don't believe me? Our Google reviews say it all. Put us on your lawn, your house will be gone. TheOPteam.com.